What is the deal? This is your boy Shaka, and I'm back with another video. Hey man, y'all already know who this is, man. This is your boy Shaka, the urban philosopher, and I wanted to share my thoughts with you all very quickly. I'm just gonna say straight out, man. It is a very embarrassing look for the so-called black community out of the West, out of America, when you are looking at how basically they're taking up arms with other groups of people, and particularly people out of the Caribbean, to do things like throw Sha'Carri Richardson under the bus. Okay, it's just crazy to me. And a lot of people will say, well, she didn't do too well. Well, let's go ahead and call out a couple things. Number one, black folks out of America, we don't even watch track and field like that. So her performance it didn't really bother us that much. Okay? And a lot of so-called black folks talking about, well, that's what you get when you smoke weed. We ain't that concerned about that either. Okay? These are things you can be concerned about, but when you look at the facts, we ain't concerned about that either. I mean, black folks have always been for athletes being able to smoke and do dope. Okay, we know that by way of the just recently debates in the past of NBA players and NFL players smoking. Okay, black folks were not throwing athletes under the bus; they were defending them. All right, and so we know it's not either of those things as to the reason why we are doing what we're doing. Okay. And so what I'm going to assume that it is what it typically is when other groups of people are involved, is that we want to participate in helping them go against us, in an effort to be accepted. One of the grossest things about our community is that most black folks don't want to be black folks. The majority of so-called black people do not want to be so-called black people. And a lot of people say, oh, well, what's that mean? Yeah, that's why primarily most of so-called black people are pro-black. Okay? Because when you look at most of the pro-black movement, it's about getting attention from other groups of people. That's all it's about. Okay? That is it. Most so-called black people do not like being so-called black. They don't like being the black people out of America. Okay, so oftentimes what you'll find is the moment something like this happens, black folks will jump on the other side quick. We ain't never personally had a us against them mentality since after the 60s. We ain't never had it. Like I say, when those type of mindsets exist, that's when you see Black Wall Streets and stuff like that. You'll never see a Black Wall Street after the 60s because we adopted this type of mindset. And that's real talk. And so you see this embarrassing thing going on right now. And while we think that we are earning respect among these group of people, these are the very reasons why they don't respect us. Because it don't take much to get us to turn around and hurt and stab our own in the back. Just to appease to them. A group of people that ain't building with us or nothing. You know what I'm saying? We'll get down and we'll do that thing. I mean, these are things that we got to think about when we think about where we're at today. Just think about how much of that has been going on in our recent history since we have start taking L's. It's something to think about because you can see it live happening today, and we're not even nowhere near in the crazy times that we were in the past, where you would expect a person to more likely to do that. So you can only imagine what was going on back then. Okay, but yeah, man, I just wanted to speak on this real quick, man. We have to get off of that. No, I'll say this: we have to start distancing ourselves from people who think that it's appropriate to conduct themselves like that. Okay? And it's not about just saying this woman is right and things like that. But sometimes you have to play the role of presenting something else to these other groups of people in the public. And then when you get back to the pad, then you can go to work on disciplining that person and doing whatever you need to do to make sure that these things don't happen again to the best of our ability. That's how other groups do it. You ain't never seen a situation in your life too many times where, and if they did at that time, it was because of a bigger thing. There was a bigger picture to it. Okay, bigger part of the puzzle. So it was a sacrifice that had to be made. But collectively, when you look at the big picture, these people ain't never put us above theirs. Even if that person was homeless or something out there, they ain't gonna never do it. Okay, because that's bad for the brand. And it doesn't bring any respect. See, we respect these other groups of people because they're gonna stand for theirs. It's the most backwards thing. And then we'll turn around and we won't stand for ours. But then we'll still feel entitled to all of the benefits that these other groups get because they stand on theirs, especially against us. You dig? Because the thing is, these other groups of people, they got hate for each other too, and yada yada yada. And they might throw a line to a so-called black person about their thing, but they ain't gonna never go all in. Okay, behind you. I can't remember where I heard this before, but it said that, you know, when they see us in the midst, they can sit around and they can go back and forth rushing against the Europeans and all this other stuff that they got going on over there. But when they see us in the midst, they're going to lock arms and get together until they figure out how to deal with us. And then once that's done, they'll go back to doing what they do. Okay? We don't do that. And it's a gross thing, bro. It's a gross thing. And we got to get off that. We need to separate ourselves from people who think that it's cool to earn credit with these other people, or try to earn credit, because we ain't earning no credit, by way of throwing their own under the bus, throwing us under the bus. It's sickening. And on my last channel, I had made a video about this whole Nicki Minaj, Michael B. Jordan thing that went on when he took that name and named it after this rum and stuff like that. And they had Nicki Minaj checking Michael B. Jordan. Okay? Now, y'all know I tell y'all all the time celebrities are bought and sold, but when you look at Michael B. Jordan, okay, and his body of work, the things that he has done, a lot of the work that he's put in within entertainment, he's a significant figure. Meanwhile, when you look at Nicki Minaj, she ain't been nothing but a thought, a bottom feeder in the industry. And she was allowed to check Michael B. Jordan. And do you know why? Because just like all the times before, just like with the Sha'Carri Richardson, when that happened, guess who a great part of the so-called black community jumped behind? They jumped behind Nicki Minaj and all these other groups of so-called Negroes out of the Caribbean and stuff like that who came up with fake outrage to want to be so-called concerned about what this man did. That's who the majority of our community jumped behind. And that just ain't a good thing, man. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave it there, man. I know this is a little all over the place, man, but we have to start distancing ourselves from niggas who get down like that, bro. 100%. It ain't about changing these people no more. If you're here and you see this, you agree with this just like mine, what you need to start doing is figuring out the way to start separating yourself from those type of people. And leave them niggas where they at. You know what I'm saying? And that's just real, man. We got to start doing that. And again, I'm going to say this again. It's not about this woman being wrong. And it's not about anything else either, because I know that this woman is bought and sold, Sha'Carri Richardson, based on some of the things that I've seen after the fact. But this was a good backdrop story. As it said, art does oftentimes imitate life. This was a good backdrop story to use because we do this in real life as well. You know what I'm saying? We like throwing each other under the bus to impress these other people that ain't gonna never give us credit. Whether it's by way of this, by way of trying to make it seem like these other groups of people are somehow superior, despite these other groups of people doing worse off in these other lands than we are, or some other BS, man. We got to get off that and stop fucking with these type of people, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there, man. Y'all could go ahead and drop y'all comments about what y'all think about this today in the comment section. Like, dislike, but most definitely hit that bell, okay, and that ringer, just in case I drop something, because I know I'm going to drop something that you like, alright? Anyway, y'all, I'm going to get up out of here. This is your boy Shaka, the Urban Philosopher. It's 300. I'm out.